tonight.
What'd you say? We want to go back now to our Middle East correspondent, Dean Reynolds, who's in Jerusalem. You've heard us report that there was an explosion heard in Tel-Aviv, which is the Israeli city on the Mediterranean Sea. Dean, what can you tell us?
Here we have a camera and a microphone on a roof in Tel Aviv. And I don't know if you can see the picture of the Tel Aviv skyline, but we are hearing now the air raid siren going off in Tel Aviv.
Dean, let me interrupt you. You can punch the picture up. You have to punch the picture up. You punch Tel Aviv up for us.
We have to punch the picture up, I'm told, to see it, fellas.
Okay, it's a real bad glitch.
And we are also being told there was some kind of explosion in Tel Aviv this evening. Peter, if you can imagine, we are in a small edit suite, about 6 of us just about to seal the room. Everybody has their gas masks at hand as per instructions, but so far I can't confirm that any attack of any kind is underway. It's simply that the air raid sirens have sounded both in Jerusalem and in Tel Aviv.
So we're still hearing those air raid sirens we're hearing now are in Tel Aviv or near you in Jerusalem?
They are in Tel Aviv.
Okay, I just remind you what our technical people tell me to tell you, that you have control of the camera in Tel Aviv, and there now we can see it, I think. That is the camera on the roof of what, our ABC News Bureau in Tel Aviv?
That's right, Peter. You're looking at the city's central market there, and about in the middle of the picture, but in darkness, is the Defense Ministry.
Okay, it's the middle of the night there. What's it, 3:30 in the morning there?
It's 2:20.
Okie dokie. Dean, stand by just for a second. We'll see if we can get any confirmation out of this through the military process. Okay, Dean Reynolds in Jerusalem, anything to add to this as we look at a map of Tel Aviv, which shows, as you pointed out, where the Defense Ministry is, very much in the center of town, isn't it?
That's right, Peter. Our people in the Bureau in Tel Aviv are reporting a very big explosion, a loud explosion. Some of the folks that we're with have called their families back in Tel Aviv, and they have reported the same thing. So we have independent confirmation from a number of people that there has been some explosion in the city of Tel Aviv, although we do not have anyone who has actually seen it.
Tel Aviv is a city, of course, which sprawls along the Mediterranean coast. It's Israel's largest city. Do you have any sense of where it's dropped in the city, if it is something that's dropped, where it's exploded, I should say?
None whatsoever, other than the fact that people who are hearing it, like our Bureau and these other independent confirmation of the noise of it, at least, they're in downtown Tel Aviv. It's a very urban area anyway, but it sounds like it came very close to the city, if not within the city limits itself.
Okay, now just how prepared are people in Tel Aviv? Your report earlier tonight was largely about people in Jerusalem, where people had, in the main in Israel, felt safer, believing that Saddam Hussein would not attack the Muslim holy places which are in Jerusalem. And I reaffirm we're not even sure it's an attack from Iraq at the moment. But people in Tel Aviv as well prepared as anybody in the country?
Absolutely, Peter. Everybody in this country was taking it quite seriously. There were hardly any cars on the streets. People had very studiously sealed up various rooms within their houses for this occasion. And I think that generally they were well prepared. The government was at pains to do this very calmly, and not to arouse any panic. And I think in so doing it, it prepared the public for this possible eventuality.
Okay, Dean, turn to your colleagues and see if you can glean any information. We will be with you at any time you want to talk. Now, the Associated Press is now reporting that 3 missiles hit in Tel Aviv. The Associated Press reports that 3 missiles hit in Tel Aviv. That's according to the Associated Press. I'm not sure if the Associated Press is giving any kind of a source on that, but that's what we'll go with. Say again? Quoting Israeli officials, Dean, 3 missiles have hit in Tel Aviv according to Israeli officials. Perhaps you want to take a second and do some reporting of your own there for a second, Jerusalem. Dean, go ahead and put your gas mask on, please. If you can talk through it, fine. Put the phone down for a second. Dean?
Peter,
Reynolds?
there's no way to talk through the thing.
Well, put it on, Dean, first of all, and then we'll figure out whether or not you can talk through it.
All right, fine.
Okay. General Trainer, while we'll just keep our eye on Jerusalem for a second now. As Dean Reynolds has said, all Israeli households and all Israeli businesses have designated at least one area in virtually every building, from an apartment to a house to a government operations, where people in just such an instance as this were going to be told to go in and try to seal the room and put on their gas masks. I believe these are British gas masks, which we've provided for our staff, which ironically we've been told on a number of occasions are actually better.
Okay.
Okay.
Try to breathe it.
Throughout the country, people have been ordered to put this on at the moment. Dean Reynolds, could I ask somebody to put the phone up to Dean's ear if that is possible?
Where's the, what was that? We are on Jaffa Street, not far from the Jerusalem Hilton. I suppose about, what would you say, a mile or so from the Old City?
Yeah, just about a mile west of the Old City, I think, from the Jaffa Gate in the Old City. Very much...
You could hear it now. Peter, we are hearing explosions now in Tel Aviv. We're actually... By the way, please zoom to the picture.
This is a camera on the roof of the ABC News Bureau in Tel Aviv, which is looking down at the Central Market. It is about 2:30 in the morning. Let's listen to what we can hear. What did you say?
Go, I say go away. You bother me.